You judge a bike by its voice. You stand in the showroom or the parking lot, and you twist the throttle. The engine barks, the tachometer needle dances, the exhaust note bounces off the walls. You feel a vibration in your chest, and you mistake that vibration for power. We are obsessed with the engine. We memorize, bore, and stroke. We debate the soul of a V-twin versus the scream of an inline. We treat the engine like a living thing that needs to be fed and worshipped. But while the bike is in neutral, the engine is hallucinating. It is doing nothing. It is spinning freely, unburdened by your weight, unburdened by the wind, unburdened by the road. That scream is just vanity. The moment you decide to move, the engine becomes a problem. An engine spinning at 10,000 RPM is a chaotic force. If that force met the rear wheel instantly, the chain would snap, the tire would tear, or the bike would loop over backwards. The engine is too violent for the road. Someone has to tame it. There is a mechanism bathed in hot oil, sitting just behind your right shin, that exists solely to be destroyed so that you don't have to be. Look at your left hand. When you pull the lever in, you sever the connection. The engine screams, the wheel waits. There is peace, but then you begin the release. You call it the friction zone. It sounds technical. It sounds controlled. What is actually happening inside the case is a localized disaster. You are taking a stack of steel plates and fiber discs, spinning at vastly different speeds, and forcing them to grind against each other. You are using friction to sand down the excess energy of the engine. Every time you slip the clutch to leave a stoplight smoothly, you are burning the machine. You are shaving microscopic layers off the fiber plates. You are heating the oil until it shears. You think feathering the clutch is a skill, and it is. But it is the skill of controlled damage. You are the mediator in a violent argument between a piston that wants to explode and a rear tire that refuses to turn. The engine provides the anger. The clutch takes the beating. Think about that sound. You are at a standstill. The light is red. You pull the clutch. You press down on the shifter. Clunk. That isn't a reassuring mechanical click. That is the sound of metal dogs crashing into each other. Unlike a car, which uses synchronizers to politely align gears, a motorcycle transmission is a dog box. It is designed for brutality. When you stomp that lever, you are forcing spinning metal teeth to slot into stationary holes without asking for permission. The bike shudders. It lurches forward just an inch. That lurch is the transmission absorbing the shock that would shatter a lesser machine. And then there are the quick shifters. We pay extra for them. We love the sound of the ignition cut that split-second pop as we shift up at full throttle. We convince ourselves this is for performance, but really, we just enjoy the violence of it. We are slamming gears together under maximum load, trusting that the hardened steel will hold together one more time. We treat the gearbox not as a precision instrument, but as a consumable item. On a car, the final transfer of power is hidden inside a shaft, unseen, out of mind. On a bike, it is naked, the chain. It is the most honest part of the machine. You can see the stress. You can see the links stretching over time, pulling apart as they struggle to contain the torque. You see the grease flung onto the wheel, the blood of the mechanism. Consider the physics of a wheelie, or even just a hard launch. The entire weight of the bike, the rider, and the G-force is being held together by a series of pins and plates, no thicker than a coin. The engine is screaming glory. The exhaust is shouting for attention. But the chain is silently tightening, enduring thousands of pounds of tension, acting as the only tether keeping the engine's energy from simply destroying itself. We ignore it. We let it get dry. We let it rust. We let it get loose. We wait until it creates a chattering noise before we even think to lube it. We respect the shiny plastic fairings more than the steel link that prevents the engine from killing us. We tell ourselves we are one with the machine. We say, I control the power, but you don't. You are simply the one issuing the commands to destroy the drivetrain. When you drop a gear to pass a car and hear the engine roar, you feel a surge of adrenaline. You think the engine did that work. The engine just spun faster. The transmission took the shock load. The clutch grabbed the plates to match the speed. The chain bit into the sprocket to throw you forward. The engine gets the credit for the speed. The transmission gets the blame for the vibration. You are not the pilot of a smooth machine. You are the operator of a grinder. The smoothness you feel is not the absence of friction. It is the result of parts sacrificing themselves efficiently. The next time you kick it into first gear and hear that heavy, metallic clunk, do not mistake it for readiness. That is the sound of the machine flinching.